Heel Trish Stratus is here with Silhouette Titantron, the cowboy hat and robe, and she ate that promo. Mickie James relinquishes Knockouts Championship after an emotional promo. Could she be retiring from wrestling? Era of Virtuosa is back as Deonna Purrazzo wins Knockouts Championship, defeating Jordynne Grace of Rebellion. And is Rhea Ripley going to face Zelina Vega or Solo Sikoa? Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell. This is DS and this is Women's Wrestling Weekly. Oh my god, so much is happening in women's wrestling right now, but also Ring the Bell has been popping with those interviews with Io and Dakota, and of course, I like mimosas, Nia Jax's top 5 interviews, so check them out if you haven't. But also Rhea Ripley mommy thirst tweet video becoming the most viewed video on our channel, as she should. I love it. Anyway, let's jump right into last night's Raw. I am still recovering from Raw, to be honest. Trish Stratus, the queen, the legend, the mother, the peak Trish Stratus, heel Trish Stratus is back, and she comes back with the Silhouette Titantron with purple and white lights and the cowboy hat with the robe. Oh my god! Oh my. I was screaming, I was hyperventilating, it was wild. And that promo, she ate the girlies up. She brought her 2004-2005 prime promo work, well, I wouldn't say 100%, but she ate this promo. Trish revealed that it is indeed her who took out Lita because Lita might be okay playing Becky's sidekick, but she isn't because she is nobody's sidekick. And she was so deliciously evil, making fun of Becky's stupid accent, making fun of crowd booing. She then says she's not a nostalgia act, not a childhood fantasy. She says she's the GOAT and she's here to make sure nobody forget that she's a single most important figure in WWE history, with the mic drop. As she should. I mean, even Brock Lesnar was wearing a look homage to Trish earlier on Raw, I think.
Sure, Jan.
Oh, I'm so excited. She really did that. I actually had a revelation the other day when I was visiting my college campus that the freshmen in college right now are like born right around Trish's retirement, which kind of blew my mind. So there's this whole generation of people who doesn't really understand Trish's greatness. So I'm glad that Trish is back to remind everyone who remembers her run and schools everyone who doesn't that she was there during her legend things before the 4 horse ladies. I'm so excited about this. We also got 2 women's matches, Bianca Belair versus Dakota Kai, accompanied by Bayley and #1 contender Io Sky. The match was fine. Dakota and Bianca had some cute moments, interactions with each other's hair, but the real battle was the referee versus the hero of the match. Dakota put up a surprisingly good fight, but of course falls victim to KOD, leaving Bayley and Io all worried. No damage control interference, no post-match face-off, nothing. So in that sense, bit disappointing. I was hoping Io would play a bigger role this time, but not so far, so this was fine.
Good, not bad.
Now we got a tag match, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville versus Mia Yim and Candice LeRae, with the tag team champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez watching. This match was also fine. Noteworthy was Nikki Cross watching Candice from the crowd. Whatever this storyline is, it's very subtle, blink and miss. Sonya and Chelsea are definitely growing on me. It's not their fault that we were shown a superior team of Chelsea and Carmella, so that we're constantly comparing them. But no, I think I'm really liking them as a team. I love Sonya just boldly cheating in front of the referee, and at the end, Chelsea blind tags and hits I'm Prettier on Mia to pick up the win. Post-match, they have a face-off with the champions, and Chelsea pours water on Liv as hard as Katy Perry was slimed at Kids' Choice Award. So I guess this championship defense is happening this week on SmackDown. I wonder if we're setting up for like real challengers at Backlash or just snubbing the tag championship from pay-per-view. And the SmackDown Women's Champion Rhea Ripley shows up with the Judgment Day on Raw. She does have some cool moments here, attacking Kevin Owens, but the best was when she was having a stare down with the Solo Sikoa when they were all lined up. Even when Paul Heyman tries to break them up, Rhea would follow Solo. Are we getting Rhea versus Zelina or Rhea versus Solo? Either way, both Raw and SmackDown champions are not in the brightest spotlights right now, unfortunately, and I'm gonna credit heel Trish on that because it doesn't matter if it's Britney freaking Spears.
Nobody is gonna steal my spotlight, okay?
And in 2023, it's still happening. And this episode is brought to you by our besties at Dossier. Seriously, our longest lasting collaboration. It's all because Ring the Bell loves Dossier. I literally use Dossier fragrances every day. Even yesterday, I was at my friend's to watch Blackpink Coachella performance, and this guy who works at Prada was like, "You're wearing Le Labo, right? I love that smell." And I was wearing Dossier's Woody Sandalwood, inspired by Le Labo Sental 33, which that one's like $200. And that's just it. Dossier believes everyone deserves to smell like luxury without overpaying, because there's so much price markups traditionally seen in this fragrance industry. But yeah, Woody Sandalwood is the one I've been obsessed with lately. You should definitely check it out yourself. Also, Also, Dossier fragrances have launched in Walmart now, so you can find their bestsellers in Walmart across the United States, and you can use Walmart's store locator in the description to find the nearest store to pick it up yourself. And just for Ring the Bell fam, Dossier has promo code 10RingTheBell for an exclusive discount at dossier.co. Thank you, Dossier. Let's head to NXT again, jam-packed with all the women. We first start with Women's Tag Team Championship match, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Fallon Henley and Kiana James. Before the match, we learned that Brooks and Kiana made up, but he won't be joining in for this match because he wants to distance himself from Fallon and Josh. This match was really great. They got tons of time, and Kiana continues to show how much of a beast she is in the ring, to a point where I'm like, so she's the smartest and also super athletic? I mean, the talent is undeniable. Fallon improved so much too that Canadian Destroyer shook me. Halfway through the match, we see Brooke Jansen's pull up with the car. He then comes into the ring and hands Fallon Kiana's bag for her to hit Isla with. Both Fallon and Josh then starts yelling at him, "What are you doing?" Then he shoves Josh. Using this distraction, Alba and Isla hit their backstabber and swanton finisher to pick up the win in 10 minutes. It was a great match. Isla and Alba are such a strong team, and I'm glad that they're actively defending the title. And the telenovela storyline among the four has me so hooked, I'm very satisfied. We also get Sol Ruca versus Tiffany Stratton because Tiffany interrupts Sol and Danny filming TikTok videos, which is kind of silly, but this match was no joke though. The athleticism of both women were full on display here, and I feel like this is a match that will unite the Diva stands and I don't know, like the wrestling hardcore fans, because both were slaying with their charisma, uniqueness, but also the flippy flips and moonsault that will hit those hardcore wrestling viewers' spots. And at the end, Tiffany hits Sol with the regal roll, followed by beautiful moonsault for the win. I'm very satisfied. Now, Tiffany and Sol are definitely the future of pro wrestling. Next, we see Cora Jade cut a promo, and this was some like AJ Lee type promo where she was reading everyone in the locker room with the hint of some reality in there. I love how she makes it even more brutal by starting to read with a bit of a compliment and sucker punch them with the shade. So juicy. Then Lyra Valkyria interrupts and says Cora is just jealous and how she will rake her eyes out. Cora then slaps her but gets kicked by Lyra, ending the segment. Something about Lyra, especially coming after Cora's this reality-based promo, seems so aloof and elusive that felt like oil and water here. Even the kick felt so... I don't know, but either way, I'm interested to see where this goes. We then see backstage interaction between Zoe Stark and Roxanne Perez, where Zoe mocks the former women's champion, and Roxanne shoots back saying that she has no problem being open about her mental health, and she will beat Zoe Starks next week. Another shade of AJ Lee, but this time incorporating the mental health journey on TV. Truly the daughters of AJ. And lastly, we see another woman sharing their trauma. Gigi Dolin has a video package filmed in front of her childhood home, talking about her as a kid wanting to be loved and escape from this place, and how JC used that against her, but she is never gonna break her. They are running with this very real childhood trauma. I think it's really brave of Gigi to be so open about it. I just hope the creative will find ways to organically bring this into her character as Gigi moving forward. On AEW Dynamite, we got Sky Blue and Riho versus the Outcasts, Ruby Soho and Toni Storm. I don't know why I feel like I've seen this match before. The match was fun. All four of the women in this match are so talented. I love Toni Storm returning with the bonbons. At the end, Chaos breaks a Sky Blue super kick Soho into Rio's crucifix bomb, but Toni German suplexes Blue, hits running hip attack followed by Storm Zero for the win in 6 minutes. Post-match, the Outcast spray paints L on Riho and triple power bombs her. Maybe it's their new team finisher? Then Jamie Hayter, the AEW Women's Champion, comes in for a save, but is beaten down. But then the savior Britt Baker comes in to knock out everyone and tries to hit punt kick on Soraya's neck, but the Outcast saves her. It's honestly hard to be excited when this match literally felt like a rerun episode. I mean, heck, even the commentary said themselves it's the same story. There's no storyline progression, there's no clear purpose or sign where this is going. And I'm sorry, but this is fully AEW's fault because the talents involved here are magnificent. I'm pretty frustrated about this. It's a girl, Impact Wrestling was a go-home show for Rebellion, but we got two women's matches. We first got Jessica versus Taylor Wilde. Before this match, Jessica and Rosemary tries to go to the undead realm to retrieve Taya Valkyrie by going into the magical coffin that took her away, but they learned that the magic is blocked. The coven must be behind this, or more like Tony Khan's contract. The match was short, 4 minutes, and I love seeing both Jessica and Taylor in their elements with the character they feel more connected to. And at the end, Jessica takes out Kylan King on the apron, and using this distraction, Wilde hits Fisherman Neckbreaker for the win. This was fun. Stratusfying. We also see returning Tasha Steelz versus Giselle Shaw for the main event, and this match was so good. 20 minutes banger, with Tasha and Giselle both going at it. This was a hard freaking hitting match, and at the end, Giselle shoves Tasha into the stairs, and Giselle exposes her knees to hit her signature knee strike, but misses hitting the hard steel stairs. Tasha then hits basement dropkick on her knee and covers Giselle for the win. This was such a fun match. Stratusfying. Tasha is looking better than ever since coming back, and Giselle continues to slay, proving that she's the top talent in the Knockouts division. And lastly, what a segment. Mickie James, the Knockouts champion, the legend, makes an announcement regarding the Rebellion match. She said when she started the last rodeo, she wanted to show that she still had it, and that is exactly what she did. She then thanks everyone for joining in for the last rodeo, but the doctor did not clear her to compete at Rebellion. After finishing this promo, she drops the title and her hat in the ring and leaves, with Jordan and Deonna looking at each other in the monitor room. I mean, this was such a powerful segment. I got a little teary-eyed watching this. I really don't know if this is a retirement segment. I really hope not. Like we all saw, Mickie is still killing it in the ring, and not just hanging in there with the new kids, but delivering some of the best matches of the last couple of years in the women's division. So I'm just gonna pretend like this is not her retirement, and I believe Mickie will be back when the time comes, and will continue riding the legend. On AEW Rampage, we got Taya Valkyrie versus Emi Sakura, and this was a hard-fought match between the two veterans. Emi is so fun to watch, the evil laughs she does and all, and both of them know how to command the crowd. So on top of a great action, they had a lot of great interactions that just draw you in. And halfway through the match, Jade and Layla come in to watch Taya, and Taya keeps getting distracted by them, giving Emi ample of opportunities to attack Taya. And at the end, Taya hits a huge spear followed by Road to Valhalla on Emi to pick up the win. Post-match, Layla goes in to attack Taya, but is taken out by another Road to Valhalla. Then Jade Cargill, with the heels off, starts exchanging punches with Taya until Taya sets up yet another Road to Valhalla, but Layla hits Taya from the back, letting Jade Cargill to hit Jaded on Taya. This was really fun. Fun match that shows Taya's capabilities in the ring, and fun post-match interactions. I'm still holding on to a sliver of chance that they might have wrestling court segment, but either way, this continues to interest me. Stratusfying. WWE SmackDown was such a dud. I don't understand how, I don't understand why, especially with the new SmackDown Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, where she is the hottest superstar in WWE right now. She stole the whole Mania weekend, and the Mommy Teresa hits again, where she shares her star power to the Judgment Day boys, getting involved with the LWO feud, valeting for Damian Priest versus Santos Escobar. And in this match, Rhea continues to interfere, then Zelina Vega comes in to hit a huge hurricanrana, making Rhea fly into the barricade. Zelina and Rhea chemistry is always right, and at this point, I think we are pretty much heading towards Zelina Vega versus Rhea Ripley at Backlash. Again, with it being Backlash and being in Puerto Rico, I think it makes sense, and you know the match will slap. Even though, I don't know, sometimes Rhea is so giving and dedicated to making other people look good, so we know that Zelina is gonna come out of this match looking like $1,000,000. But hopefully, Rhea can also come out of this looking as strong as she did coming out of Mania. And we got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, the new women's tag team champion celebration. And I don't think they were given a script. They just chit-chat about Raquel throwing Liv around and how they're still new as a team, but they will grow stronger. This is quickly interrupted by Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. I guess we're sticking with this team minus Carmella. They point out that it makes no sense that Liv and Raquel are champions when they defeated Trish Stratus, who's not even a champion. Sonya's spitting facts. Liv then says she'll ask Adam Pearce for them to be the next challengers and then beat down Chelsea and Sonya. Yeah, I mean, anything Chelsea related on WWE TV, I'll gladly take it, but I cannot with these random tag teams anymore. Like, I do think Liv will end this partnership pretty soon and head into a bigger program with Rhea Ripley, because they'll be so juicy and she's such a solo star. So for now, I'll just be happy enjoying Chelsea shenanigans. And lastly, we had Impact Wrestling Rebellion in probably the coolest venue they had for some years. In the pre-show, we had the Knockouts Tag Team Championship match, the Coven versus Death Dolls. This was a fine match. It's such a missed opportunity that both Coven and Death Dolls have this cool magical gimmicks and storyline with abducting Taya and everything, but we can't really translate into their match, like not at all, which I feel like there's always some disconnect. And at the end, Taylor Wilde performs her magic with big quotation marks, as in she makes a blind tag and bamboozles Rosemary, hitting a swinging fisherman neckbreaker for the win in 10 minutes. Again, so much potential between the two magical teams. Maybe a gimmick match or cinematic match down the line. This was fine.
Good, not bad. that?
Then we got this total madness of a match, the Hardcore War Rules match with Team Bully with Masha Slamovich and Team Dreamer with Killer Kelly. It's basically War Games without the cage, and it's no DQ, total intergender action. And I say this all the time, but Impact does this intergender action the best. Both Masha and Killer were integrated into this match perfectly. Both looked deadly and menacing, but also it made sense. They weren't trying to be patronizing to the women. And remember, I was worried that Killer Kelly might be stepping away from her eerie, crazy gimmick. Well, I was a fool. Killer was a maniac, staple guns people's head, people's legs, and her own head too. Total madness. And from there, we got Masha top rope swanton to the outside with the chair, the steel chair battle between the women. Slamovich later snowplows Kelly, but she kicks out to my surprise. Then Masha spits at Dreamer, who then pile drives her. And this half-hour match ends with Dreamer jumping off the ladder onto Bully Ray on the table for the win. I love it. I love seeing women getting the spotlight outside of just women's title pictures, so I'm very, very satisfied. Lastly, the Knockout Championship match to crown a new champion, the Virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo versus Jordan Grace. Virtuosa looking graceful with their outfit, and Jordan looked jacked. And there have been some controversy about her losing so much weight for the bodybuilding competition, which she herself recognized, but thankfully she's back to looking very, very healthy here. And this was a classic babyface versus babyface match, technique versus strength. Some highlights were Jordan Grace diving through the ropes, crashing into the barricade, followed by jackhammer, insane delay suplex, fully showing Jordan's superhuman strength, Deonna's moonsault from the ramp to the floor, and at the end, Jordan hits a Grace driver, but Deonna kicks out. She then sets up a superplex, but Deonna counters it into a sunset powerbomb and hits Queen's Gambit for the win in 17 minutes. This was a great match, tons of back and forth. Both looked really, really strong throughout the match, and the finish came as kind of a surprise. I feel like they had like 5 to 10 more minutes for sure left in them, though I certainly don't think this is it between the two. There have been a lot of pent-up frustration from Jordan since losing the title to Mickie, so maybe even a heel turn from Grace would be fun. And again, going with the theory and belief that Mickie did not retire, seeing how she'll come into this equation down the line will be something to watch for. But also so good to see the Virtuosa back on top. We got married couple as Impact's top champions. So cute. I'm very, very satisfied.
So I forgot to film the outro, so here it is. Thank you so much for joining me for our Women's Wrestling Weekly. I'm editing it right now. This is how I do it actually. Every Monday night, I stay up almost midnight, but thank you so much for watching it, and you can find me on Instagram, DShin, and Ring the Bell DS on Twitter. More interviews to come from WrestleMania, and we got the Hall of Fame 2 boot coming. A lot of editing to do. Alright, see you next time. Bye.